Hey there, hi there, Virgos, and welcome to your reading, viewers. Okay, Virgos. So let us see what is going on with you today. We have here the Moon card. Okay, so ultimately, this is like seriously a very emotional time for you. Okay, as I'm sure your reading is about dreams and love, and that really stems from an emotional place. And also, it comes from a very intuitional place, which the moon is all about intuition. Okay, trusting those gut feelings. Okay, so you have the Eight of Wands. This is good energy because sometimes Eight of Wands is not really good energy because it's just like a lot happening at once. But I think that this is okay. So this, I don't think that's what's happening here, though. I don't think like a lot is all happening at once. I think honestly, it's just like you're getting the downloads, you're getting the messages that you have been waiting for. Honestly, I don't think it's something that is necessarily negative. I think it's like the moving parts that are needing to happen here. Yeah, abundance. Yeah, your abundance is coming in. These messages are all about your abundance. All about you getting your abundance. Okay, there's your like guardian angel here. There's your fairy godmother. You've got the spiritual. You've got the soulful. You've got it all here. This is your cave of riches and wonder. I think what's happened here is that you have come out of this phase in your life where things were seeming like dark, depressing, negative, and then all of a sudden you just got a huge new like mission in life, which is like you can't, like I feel like you I don't know how to say this. Okay, I guess you left and you ventured out even though you were scared and feeling vulnerable because you came from such a dark place, but then like your travels gave you all these riches. Like you're like a pirate and you're just like getting all this gold and gems, or like, a treasure seeker, and you found the lost treasure. Like it's all like beautiful, abundance-full energy. Okay, like you got that raise that you were hoping for. You put in the work and the effort, and it was so draining on you, but you got the raise in the end. You got the bonus in the end. Okay. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords. Assertive, opinionated, impulsive, unfocused, follower, mischances. Okay, yeah, like it's this is somebody I think from your past. I think this is an ex from your past that really did a number on you, like a mind fuck on you. Like you had no idea like what the heck this person was doing or what they were going on about. And like at first you were attracted to them. At first you were like the idea of like a romance unfolding here was like interesting to you. You wanted to entertain that idea. You wanted to see where it went. And then things just took like a turn for the worst. So while you're over here making all this abundance, where you're over here getting these new messages that things are moving up for you, you're still thinking about this person. Yeah, look, Page of Potions. Okay, I think this poison, yeah, this person was poisonous. Like they were toxic. I'm gonna just like stop saying toxic and just go for it. They were straight up poison. Okay, they poisoned your mind against you. Okay, they fed you just enough like good energy to like keep you alive, but while still poisoning you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those types. Okay, yeah. So anyway, so basically, like I feel like they're poisoning the water too. It's like you your water is your emotions, and I feel like you are pretty solid. You know what your energy is like. You know what your flow is like. You know what's up. Okay, but the thing is that like when they get close to you, it's like there's this pull towards them that you just you like I don't know like it's toxic, right? It's poison. It's like, no. But okay, so that's but the thing that attracted you to this person was definitely their impulsiveness, was definitely their assertiveness, was definitely like their opinions, like which are not really like the best qualities to have. But I think it was just like that dangerous sort of like energy. I think that made you like aware of that. Okay, now we have here resolving conflict, love, empathy, compassion, understandings. Yeah, like you want to give this person a hug. I think this person is in like their own dark cave right now. They're in their own emotional like depression or sadness here, and here you are, this beautiful guardian angel, this beautiful fairy princess, like light energy with all your abundance, all your beautiful glowing energy that's going on over here, and they just like they want a hug from you, right? They want some love from you. Okay, so it's good to have compassion, it's good to have understanding, it's good to have empathy. Okay, now we have non-committal, independent. Yeah, you're a very independent person. Okay, Virgo. Like you don't want to be tied down to anything. You don't want to be held back by anything. You want to be committed to anything. It's good to it's good to have your independence, but also like you don't like you also know like you do want to like feel like you are working towards something. But this energy is definitely independent energy right now. Yeah, Page of Wands, the vampire bride here. Okay, like this is some really badass energy. Okay, like there's like that bridezilla energy. Okay, there's like those toxic, like energy sucking, like vampire women, right out there, feminine energies out there. Okay, that have a distorted point of view or just sort of perspective on relationships and how things should be, but you're getting the insight and the clarity you need right now where you're not gonna like hold back who you are anymore, and you're not gonna let people like push you around or like dictate how you live your life anymore. That's that like very independent nature. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is because you've seen how people are like very conservative when it comes to their money and their wealth, and how like people can be very materialistic and very shallow. People can be like hoarders of money and material things that like don't serve any purpose. But this is something that you're not going to allow yourself to ever become or ever do, because you see what it does to people. You see how it poisons them. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. You're a very hard worker. Like you don't take anything for granted. Okay, you work on your craft. You work on the things that are going to make you happy and bring you the most success in life. And that's what sets you apart from everyone else. That's what draws in. I feel like that's the thing that draws in this person the most about you is like your work ethic. I think they're very attracted to your work ethic, talent, mastery, dedication, expertise, accomplishment. Astrology, Sun in Virgo, classical element, Earth. Yes. Laziness, rush job, lack of motivation, mediocrity, numerology, manifestation, practicality, skill, absolute decisions, business, the ego. Yeah. So you're around a lot of people with big egos, but this is what sets you apart is that you are like the one like rational thinker. Okay, you're the one that makes the most sense out of everything, and that's what gives you the talent. That's what gives you the masteries. That's what gives you like this leadership position. Okay, Virgos. Yeah, we have the higher font. Look at this. Okay, this is a leader. Okay, this is someone who really understands how to like set the boundaries, how to set the rules, how to set things in motion, how to keep everybody happy but still like disciplined and working hard to achieving something. Okay, I'm also getting like organized religion. Okay, there are some really nasty types out there that are going to use this energy to control people and to manipulate people, and you're just gonna like come in and be like put a stop to it all, right? You're gonna be like, I see exactly what you're doing. You're calling out like the bullshit. You're calling out the liars. You're calling out the hypocrites. Like that is like your job. I feel like that's like your job description, Virgo. Okay. Yeah, look at this Wheel of Fortune. This is gonna bring you the most fortune and the most success because you're actually it says here, oh, you're fat because I hate you, and it says I don't hate you because you're fat. That's funny. Yeah, like this is something that's like really, it's really been weighing on you a lot recently of like where things are going to go, like where things are going to turn from here. And now you've gotten those answers that you need because you put trust and faith in yourself. Okay, you're not following the crowd like everybody else. You're not following this false belief like everybody else. You're setting your own beliefs and you're putting them out there. Page of Cups. Yeah, this is a message of love, of hope, of how trusting your intuition is paying off for you. Okay, birthing a new age. That is what you are doing, Virgo. You are birthing a new age. Okay, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Okay, that's the power of your dreams. Okay, that is the power of your love, is that when you love somebody else empathetically, compassionately, you come from an understanding place, that is what births a new age, because we all like live in this world that is so full of like hateful people, of hateful thoughts, of hateful ideals, of people coming after families and their children and throwing them out on the streets, of like corrupt politicians, of like creepers with like dogs they train to like attack women and children, like sickos, like real, true, like delusional sickos, okay? But you stand alone here, birthing a new age where you're not going to tolerate that. You're not going to put up with that. And this person from your past sees this about you, or at least feels some sort of energy about this, like what you're doing here, and is drawn to you here, okay? They want to feel some of that too. Yeah, the Three of Wands. This card has been coming out a lot, like collectively, in like every single one of my readings, almost. But here it is again, the Three of Wands. Okay, you are seeing on the horizon what lays ahead, and I feel like at first you were scared, you weren't sure where you wanted to go from here, but you're getting ready, like you're prepared for this new age, you're prepared for this new rebirth, this new life. Your ships are coming in, like you're seeing the other ships go out and you're like, okay, that's cool, but you're waiting for like the yacht, like you're waiting for like the biggest boat out there to come pick you up, and you're gonna go sailing off into the sunset. Okay, the rescuer, Miss Edith Cavell Rose. Yeah, you definitely play the rescuer a lot, Virgo. You rescue people from difficult situations. You rescue yourself too. Like, don't forget about yourself, self-love, self-care, because oftentimes the rescuer, the hero of the story, will forget that they need to be loved and cared and nurtured for too. So I feel like this person that's coming in, while yes, they were like had alternative motives, or eventually got this idea in their head of not doing right by you, or whatever the case may be here, they did play sort of a rescuey energy towards you, which like you were happy about, because you're over here doing all the rescuing. So now it's nice when someone else wants to do that as well. Yeah. Okay. So we've got here the Ten of Swords. Oh yeah, the burn book is being made here. Okay. So it has been written, like your story has in the past been written like, okay, victim mentality, like somebody who's been hurt, someone who's been stabbed, betrayed, whatever. But like you decide you're not going to play by those rules anymore. You're going to start playing by your own rules. Like you're going to pick up the sword. You're going to wield the power here. Okay. This is what sets you apart from everyone else and everything else, is that when you've done the rescuing, and then even the hero in the story, like the protagonist, even they like lose some battles, right? Even they go through some pain, even though you think, oh my gosh, are they gonna make it, right? I mean, then just when you think they're not gonna make it, they make it. Okay, so that's the thing here, is like, even though like people have said mean things about you, even though people have done mean things to you, you're not gonna let that control your narrative or control your story. In fact, it's kind of what makes you the hero all along, right? It's the one who overcomes the destruction and the chaos that ensues upon you. Good things are about to happen. Look at that, Virgo. Yes, good things are definitely about to happen. And there is the moon. There is trusting in your intuition. Oh, bad karma. Oh my God. This person's about to get some bad karma. Okay, whoever's done you dirty is about to receive a giant big bowl of bad karma. Like, or a bucket full of bad karma, something. Like, the Ten of Swords is, when you get betrayed, right? When you get hurt, when you get stabbed in the back, when you get told you're not good enough, when somebody unjustly fires you, or, in this economy, when corrupt landlords are trying to evict people. Like, this is that type of energy. Okay. So they're going to get some bad karma. That they just brought a lot of bad karma on them. Okay. Yep. And then we have the hangman. Oh my gosh. Wasn't I talking about this hangman? This hangman energy. Okay. So yeah. So there's a couple here, right? And they're obviously, like, the guy is obviously into the girl here. And, like, I think, like, there's that rescuing sort of energy coming through here. Connect through community. So connect through community. Craving healthy space is natural when you're grieving. But being around people can feel overwhelming. More community benefits you now. Connect with a group of people also grieving, or a group of neighbors, friends, coworkers, like-minded souls, or loved ones. Fellowship does the heart good and buys you in loving collective energy. Okay? So, yeah, it's like, this person, I think, wants to be part of your community. But also, I think there's, like, a much bigger thing happening here too, with your abundance, and how connecting through community is going to help you get the abundance that you need. Yeah, protection. Call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. Yeah, it's time to break free from, like, any type of toxic relationship or anything like that. Like, I think this person did have some bad karma when they hurt you as well. And now they're seeing, like, how powerful you are, and they're like, they want you back. But, there's a reason why things happened the way they did, why things transpired that way. So, yeah, don't give them your power. Don't give away your power to them. Cut the cord, soul retrieval. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get you, like, a couple more cards here. Oh, look at this. Okay, we have the Two of Clubs, Wands, Andromeda. Okay. So I'm going to read for you that. So, Andromeda, the chained woman. Okay. Yeah, you were definitely, I feel like, chained to something here. You broke free from it, though. Location, constellation of the Perseus family, best viewed from the northern hemisphere. Star lore. In Greek myth, this constellation is associated with the beautiful daughter of King Cepheus and Queen Cassiopeia, who boasted that Andromeda was fairer than sea nymphs. This drew Poseidon's ear. In order to appease the sea god's wrath and protect their realm, Andromeda's parents chained her to an ocean rock as a sacrifice to the sea monster Cetus. The hero Perseus, helped by Zeus and Athena, saves the princess by killing Cetus, turning into stone with the severed head of the Gorgon Medusa. Cartomancy, waiting on hesitation, uncertainty, communication, pondering, putting things into perspective, distance or separation. Tarot, pondering a new journey and daring to set out on a new path. See? Access to power or growing into power, overlooking your dominion, brooding, goal setting, contemplating the world or worldly things. Crossroads, one step at a time. The bird's eye view, lonely success, fulfillment, risen to the top, finding the path of what you desire, connections, research, internet searching, partnerships, passionate and creative energy, exploring, mastery. Divination. It seems the lamentation and deep pondering have become regular experiences lately. You feel shackled to a persistent thought form, unfulfilling job or relationship, which inspires uncertain things about your fate. You wonder how you got to this place and whether it suits you for the best. You need to find ways to incorporate new inspiration or adventures into your life. And that's why this person... Okay. I don't know where I left off. Oh, no. Okay, let me finish reading for you. Okay. Okay, divination. It seems that lamination and deep pondering have become regular experiences lately. You feel shackled to a persistent thought form, unfulfilling job or relationship, which inspires uncertain feelings about your fate. You wonder how you got to this place and whether it suits you for the best. You need to find ways to incorporate new inspiration or adventures into your life. that will free you to explore exciting new options. Spend time in contemplation, journaling on how your situation can be different if you wish it to be, and whether it might be better to leave persons of authority, perhaps even parents, out of your decision making in regard to this particular issue or query. You may have an opportunity or helper, someone you end up calling your personal hero or savior. That's that rescuer card. Unexpectedly show up out of the blue offering assistance. If you have gotten to the top of your creative ladder, you may have a nice vantage point as well as advantages. But is it everything you had wished for, or is it a bit lonely at the top? There are parents, gods, maidens, monsters, and heroes to contemplate in the myth. Where do you find yourself within this archetype? Seek out and break any binding chains that are restricting you from living a fulfilled destiny. Okay? So, in that regard, like, you can be your own rescuer, but I feel like you also want someone to share in the abundance that you have received as well. So, it is that sort of energy where you're like, oh, I don't know, you're back and forth about it. But keep thinking about it, keep contemplating it. The answers will come. Also, again, water theme, emotion theme, moon theme. Like, there's a lot of signs here that, like, trusting your feelings and your intuition is like your best path forward, and not letting parents who tie their daughters to rocks to being by monsters. Like, you don't need their opinions. You don't need their advice, because you're moving and trusting in your own self. And I feel like there is that energy where you're looking for someone who doesn't mind playing the role of rescuer in your story, doesn't mind playing the role of, like, sharing your successes, like, celebrating your successes, like seeing how far you've come and being like, wow, you have really done a lot for yourself, and that's extraordinary and amazing, and, like, being impressed by you. Like, that's very flattering. So I think there's a lot to consider, a lot of moving parts here, but you'll get there. You're an independent thinker. You're, trusting your intuition. Good things are about to happen if they're not already, with all this abundance in your cave. But the theme is definitely you want to share that success with somebody. You just haven't found the right somebody yet, or you're just waiting for the right time. Something about that. So we'll get back to that later. Okay. Thanks for watching, Virgos. Don't forget to subscribe. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.